Tonight, confidence, color, and crafting center stage on the bold and beautiful episode of Kelowna After Dark. In the spotlight, body confidence advocate and bra whisperer Angela O'Brien from Esteem Lingerie. The artistic trio behind the hit webcomic Bo Ero, Mathew Senn, Kamryn, and James. And lighting up the studio of molten magic, glass-blowing artist Mike Astral Walker Moore from Hidden Village Creations. Get ready, After Darkers. Now here's your host, Silver LUXX.
Hey, what's up, what's up? I'm your host, Silver LUXX, and this is Kelowna After Dark, the best place to be once the sun goes down. Okay, After Darkers, let's chat about our amazing city and the vibe we have going on in late June. I think it's chaotic, but in the best way. The lake's full of floaties, the vineyards are full of influencers, and the wine tour vans, they're multiplying in the hills like bunnies with a 2-for-1 tasting deal. And if you made it through downtown traffic and survived a Costco run today, you deserve a medal, or at least a glass of wine and a seat for the show. But honestly, I truly love Kelowna and all of the incredibly odd and creative, unique vibe that we have combining tourist destination with the most amazingly talented locals. I am lucky enough to get to chat with said fabulous locals, so let's jump in, shall we? We all know why you stopped by our little crazy corner of TV, and we've got an amazing lineup tonight for you. So sit back, sip something fun, and enjoy the ride. All right, my lovelies, you know what time it is. It's time to talk about the real secret weapon behind any jaw-dropping night out look. Okay, so you've picked the dress, you've got the shoes, you've got the whole vibe rocking for you. But if your foundation underneath isn't grooving, the whole outfit can go sideways, leaving you feeling less than runway worthy, and we definitely can't have that happening. So, to dodge those sneaky self-doubt vibes and make sure that your look is serving flawless main character vibes, we called in the pro. Our next guest is a confidence queen who has made it her mission to help women feel amazing in their own skin, one perfectly fitted bra at a time. She's the fabulous force behind Esteem Lingerie in West Kelowna and a fierce advocate for body acceptance and empowerment. With over a decade of fitting experience and hundreds of women helped, she's turned a simple bra fitting into a transformational moment, helping clients stand taller, feel stronger, and strut with confidence. Please welcome the absolutely radiant Angela O'Brien. Hello, my lovely. I'm so happy you came on the show.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I'm so excited.
I am terribly excited.
Yeah, so you want to sit and have a little chat with me, love?
Absolutely.
Let's do this.
Okay.
How's your day going?
It is going absolutely fabulous. I mean, I play in a bra shop all day.
How's that not everything?
I know. Even the worst day in the bra shop is still better than the best day in corporate.
That's fair.
Yes.
I can vibe with that. That's wonderful. Are you ready to let me dive in and ask you some questions?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do the do. So, I just have to tell everybody, I recently had a bra fitting with you a couple weeks ago. And honestly, I didn't even know I was uncomfortable until I wasn't. It was life-changing. I could breathe too. I was like, I have lungs and they go in and out. Fabulous.
And my bra isn't this mysterious medieval torture device constantly affecting me in every step of my day. I can move, I can shift, I can reach, I can bend. I can be a full woman out in the world.
Absolutely.
Without constantly fussing and freaking with it.
That is a thing. And that, you don't even notice how much you do it until you don't.
Exactly.
I'm so excited to show everybody.
Excellent.
Awesome. Let's dive in. All right. So what inspired you to start Esteem Lingerie to begin with?
Well, actually, we got our start with my mother custom making bras.
Really?
So my knowledge actually comes from the engineering and making bras from fabric and wire and putting it all together. The only thing was she quickly got overwhelmed, but she found out that the vast majority of women didn't need custom-made bras.
Okay.
What they needed was a better, more quality curated collection in a broader size range of bras, as well as the knowledge and the education of what a good bra and a good fit would look like on their body.
Because that's so very different.
It's so different, every single woman. And unfortunately, when you look out in the vast array of bras in certain chain stores, the woman that has the secret, you look in there and it's like, well, we have a C, we have a D, we have a double D. Well, what if you don't fit that?
And so many of us don't.
No, because it's like, women get shoes. So it's like going to a shoe store and saying, there's a size 3, there's a size 4, and there's a size 6. Well, I got size 10. What am I supposed to do?
SOL, I guess.
Exactly.
We can't have that.
So One of the things is, you know, here in North America, we don't realize how many sizes there are out there. And so we bring in a lot of product, the best product from all over the world. And it has to meet our exacting standards for fit, beauty, comfort, quality, and durability.
That's important thing.
Because our bras are the hardest working garment in
right.
our wardrobe.
Right? It can make your outfit or break your outfit.
Absolutely. And guess what? It gets hundreds and hundreds of wearings.
It really does. Like, it is the hardest working piece for sure.
Exactly. And can I let you in a little secret?
Absolutely.
Thing that drives me bonkers. Woman comes out and goes, I just spent $1,000 on a dress that I'll wear once.
But the bra.
The bra that she'll wear hundreds of times.
Yeah, we're like
and
$30.
It will make so many outfits look phenomenal, and she'll feel good, and she'll strut her stuff, and she'll stand with confidence. Well, why is that always the last thing on the list?
It really is, isn't it? And I mean, it's the foundation piece.
Exactly.
So important.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm so glad that we're here together so that we can tell everybody all the awesomeness.
Yes, and we're going to show them too.
Absolutely. I'm excited about that. So you have created something called the Esteem experience, and what makes that so different from a typical like bra fitting?
Okay. So first of all, bra fitting is far more complex than anybody realizes.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right from the get-go. There are 22 fit points on each and
22.
every bra, and it has to come together for each unique woman.
Makes sense.
And it has to be adjusted to flex with us and our body movements. Okay, so that is huge. This is not something you can bang off the knowledge on in a 1-minute TikTok.
Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry. And here's the other thing. We're not taught this stuff.
Guess not, eh?
Okay, like, do you remember sex ed?
Shit.
So sooner or later you will get boobs. And they will come in, and that's puberty.
And good for you.
And good for you. And
Right?
then we hear the big scary about breast cancer.
Right.
But it's like there's nothing in between.
We are missing so much.
We are.
Well,
We
that's
are.
where you come in.
That's where I come in.
Absolutely.
So we are that kind of missing link where we spend the time educating women on what is a great fit for their body, how to wear a bra properly.
That's a thing.
Which
Yeah.
most of us don't know. How to adjust it properly so it can continue to support us.
Important.
Very important. And when it's time to say, rest in peace, my good friend.
That's
it's time
the
to
point.
replace you.
Yeah.
You know, they are consumable goods. They do wear out, even the best quality eventually.
I mean, fair enough, right?
Yeah, and our focal point is helping women elevate their self-esteem, their body confidence.
That's important.
It's huge.
It is very huge. So your work goes just beyond selling lingerie. So how do you see proper bra fitting impacting one's overall well-being in general?
Well, physiologically, okay. So I was in Europe and I was trying to explain to a bunch of male lingerie company owners what the actual physiology is like for women, okay? And you know how I had to kind of make the analogy was like, well, if you had 2 5-pound cantaloupes
That's good
for
comparison.
your boys,
Yeah.
how would you be walking? Okay? These
Like
are
a man.
There you go.
I would strut. I would have a wheelbarrow.
bow-legged and you'd be whining and crying the whole way. Let's
Hey,
be
just
honest.
don't blow
True
on them and
story.
we're fine. Just no stiff breezes.
Well, that's the thing. We have as women, physiologically, whether you have a little or a lot, we have something on the front of our bodies that is constantly pulling us forward.
Oh, and it does.
And the thing they didn't teach us in high school is we can get more breast tissue as we age. So, you know, puberty, first kick at the can. Hey, pregnancy, childbirth, another kick at the can.
Yep.
You just wait till periomenopause and menopause shows up.
And then ta-da!
Ta-da! We've got XPDs!
Boom, thank you.
And women think they're nuts because they're like, nobody told us that. And it's like, well,
You rocked my mind when you told me that because it's happening to me right now. I was like, where did that come from? Hello, what's up?
Yes, and then they're different sizes and they're different weights and densities.
Yeah.
And this is always pulling us forward. And the idea of the bra at the most simplest level is to allow women to stand up straight and tall, to support that weight on a part of their body where they can breathe deep, look at the world, hold the core,
That's important.
and frankly, be able to see the world for the wonderful place it is.
Here, here.
There you go.
I like it. This is very good. So how do you approach body positivity in your work, and why is that such a core value for you?
Well, I think, first of all, we have always lived in cultures. And I mean, while North America tends to be a little more open in certain aspects, the fact is women, we've been taught that how we get ahead is by tearing each other down.
Isn't that a damn
We've
shame?
been taught that, the only way to be a good little girl is to tear yourself apart.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
We don't need to do that.
No.
And in the shop, it's the one place where women have permission. And I'm the first one, and all my staff, when a woman starts running herself into the ground, we're like, stop that right there.
Oh, good for you.
Take the microscope off yourself. What if it's unacceptable for you to be anything other than your best friend to you?
I like that. That should be it, always.
Always, always. The things that women say to themselves in their brain, they would never, ever say.
To another person,
I
right?
know.
Like ever.
Ever, but they will just stand in the mirror and they will say that and they will hear that over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? If you can't be your own best friend, and don't get me wrong, there's mornings I look in the mirror and I go, well, not too shabby. That's kind of all I can muster. But for the most part, it's like, you know what? There's not a single point on this body you can shame because me and my body are best friends and we have made it through a lot and we are going to continue to enjoy this journey every step of the way.
I love it. Your positivity, your vibe, I'm here for it so hard.
Excellent.
Absolutely. So what advice then do you have for someone who's never been properly fitted before and maybe feels nervous about it?
Okay, so I'm going to turn it back on you.
Okay,
came
cool.
in for a
Yes, I
feeling.
did.
How did you feel coming in before the store?
I was a little nervous, honestly, and most time fittings and stuff like that, they're not great. I have even had salespeople before at, not the secret place, but the other one.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I was told I was going to have surgery to feel comfortable in my body. I left the store crying. I was mortified. And I was on top of the world because I just lost over 100 pounds. And I'm like, yes, I'm feeling good. And now you're telling me I look like crap and there's nothing I can do about it. And now you can't help me. So I was really bummed. And I'm sure there are so many women out there who have similar experiences. Yeah. So I am so damn grateful that you rock a different vibe.
Well, and this is the thing. And my heart breaks when I hear stories like that. My heart breaks. One of the things about the Okanagan Valley is we are kind of blessed in that there are 4 major lingerie shops in the valley. And we all have slightly different vibes, slightly different fitting personalities, and we all carry different product.
Okay.
Because the first thing I have to say is there's not one product that fits every woman.
That's fair.
Okay? And not everybody meshes with me. Some people think I'm a little too perky.
We don't need to talk to those people.
You know what?
We don't need that in our lives.
That's where if I'm not your vibe, that's okay. There's other shops. Please go find it. Go experiment. But the problem is women have one not so great experience that they turn that experience on themselves. Yes. Instead of going, hey, maybe I'm just fishing in the wrong damn pond.
Here.
And find a different experience. And there are a lot of really well-run, integrity-based, women-run businesses, especially in the Okanagan Valley.
That's
We
awesome.
just got to get offline
Yeah.
and get out and explore them and take the time. So taking the time, and this is the thing I hear the most, I don't have time, but I have time to doomsday scroll to the nth degree. Take that half an hour, 40 minutes, go in. That is the best self-care. And you know what? If they don't have quite what you're looking for, 2 things. 1, expand your mind. Usually, the biggest mistake women make is they're like, nope, I want my solution to fit in this box because that's what
fair.
I've decided.
Yep. Like the bras that you were pulling for me, they were definitely different from what I generally steer towards.
Exactly.
But they were so comfortable and they look good and
they
I loved
fit
it.
You,
yeah.
And they fit you. So that's what's important. But you know what? Why don't we show them the new morning exercise?
Absolutely. Let's do the do. All right. Let's have some fun here.
Okay.
All right.
So now this is the number one thing
Okay.
that we were not taught when we were young. First of all, that our breast tissue can run from the center all the way to back here.
So all the way back here.
All the way back
Okay.
here. Yeah. And our breast is just fat and connective tissue.
Go boobs.
Go boobs.
Yeah.
It's just fat and connective tissue. It's kind of like Play-Doh or cotton candy. It
Yeah.
can be pulled apart, redistributed, or it can be brought together and held in spot.
That's wonderful.
Hence the bra. But here's the little thing though. You have to be wearing the bra correctly in order to fight the laws of physics.
I love physics.
Don't love physics? Physics, gravity. Don't care whether it's natural tissue or you've paid and gotten those girls augmented. Gravity's still going to be the big bitch.
Yeah, it exists.
It's going to take you south and east-west.
Yeah.
Completely heartless.
Completely
How
heartless.
very dare it.
Yes.
It's got gravity poisoning.
Exactly.
Oh, I like that.
So you know what? I pre-fitted you in a
Yes.
great fitting bra.
Yep.
And I pre-measured you.
Yes,
So
you did.
here's the thing. we always take a measurement of the rib cage because that is the one fact we can go on.
Yes.
The letters and numbers in bra land
Didn't really matter that much, huh?
means diddly squat.
All right.
Yeah, because guess what? There's no standardized sizing in the bra.
You know what, though? And we all believe that there is, and we run through that, like, so hard.
Okay, so here's Angela on her soapbox. You go in, you buy a pair of jeans. You come out with 3 pairs of jeans, and they're 3 different sizes.
Yes, they
we
are.
Get that.
And we understand it. We accept it. There's no problem.
Shoes. I wear somewhere between a 9 and a 10.5, depending on whether you need wide, narrow, that kind of thing. We accept it. But for some reason, bras, we must have a size that's a stake in the ground, even though we have no clue what that means.
You know how much I freaking love you, seriously?
Like, why do we put ourselves through this?
Because we don't know any better, I think.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And so this is where we take the ribcage measurement. That is our one fact. The next thing is we find a cup that fits all the breast tissue, especially when we gather it up.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to take my shirt off.
Okay.
If you would join me in taking
Yeah,
my shirt
we're gonna
off.
do the do.
We're
Okay.
going to totally embarrass our children right now.
Yes, and we're going to show
But-
off some tattoo work, too, while
There
we're
we
at
go.
it. All right.
But here's the thing. If we were on a beach,
Okay.
wearing a bikini top,
It's the same thing.
how's this any different?
It's the same
It's
thing.
not.
Okay.
So, and you can see my lovely mic cord here.
Ta-da,
This-
ta-da, my cord.
I'm going to try to do this without flinging it.
Okay.
So the first thing we need to do is we need the gravity assist. So we're going to learn the stoop, scoop, swoop, and jiggle.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So the stoop is the gravity assist. We're going to bend forward, get gravity working with us, let our breast tissue naturally fall off our bodies into these luscious cups.
Let it go.
Let's let it go.
Have an Elsa moment.
Exactly.
Okay.
We're going to stoop.
Okay.
Now we're going to swoop.
'Kay.
But when we swoop, we need to swoop and we need to catch the flock that's back here.
So we're coming back
behind the
here.
Wire.
Okay.
So we're going to go in our cup.
In. Yep.
Try not to eat my hair. And we're going to go behind the wire, if you can see nice and close here. And we are going to scoop it up gently towards our nose. And in a perfect world, all the breast tissue should end up in the paddock ahead of the wire. In a perfect world.
All right.
We're going to do the same thing on the other side.
On the other side, are we coming back behind?
And you know what? Sometimes things don't go symmetrically. You may have to reach a little further back. One the other.
It happens.
Okay, so
All right.
that is our stoop and our scoop.
Okay.
And we're going to stand up nice and tall.
And breathe, because now we
Breathe.
can.
We can.
Yes, we can.
And we're going to take 2 fingers. We're going to go to the base of our breast. And we're going to lift and swoop.
Okay.
And what we're doing is we're making sure that the breast is sitting up in the cup. What we don't want is the breast folded over
Okay.
and just covered in a hammock.
No hammock.
No hammock.
Check.
Yeah, because you end up with a whole lot of skin breakdown under here.
Oh, we don't
and
want that.
45-degree heat, sweaty, droopy, icky boobies. No!
No, thank you.
No. And then the last thing we got to do is we got to jiggle it down.
I like the jiggle.
Jiggle it down.
All right.
So what we do is we make sure that wire is nice and tall up underneath the breast.
Yep.
And then we can do a little sideways
Do a
wiggle
little
like
wiggle.
this.
All right.
Or we can do the front wedgie method, which is this one.
Haha. All right.
And
Wiggle,
everything
wiggle.
settles, locked and loaded.
Boom.
And then finally, we take our straps, we feed them over our shoulders, and we pull down our back nice and low. Now, can I show on you?
Yeah.
This is where the biggest mistake most women.
Yeah.
Turn sideways.
Sideways. Oh, wait. Move the hair.
Can you see where my hands are front and back?
Well, I wish I could see in the back. I'm not
I'm
that
going to move
cool.
here. So
Haha.
notice they are level front to back.
Okay.
Your bra's like a teeter-totter.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you the absolute exercise of insanity.
Let's do it.
Turn around for
Okay.
me, Ron.
I'm going around.
Okay, so what they don't teach us is our bands will stretch. It's a guarantee in life, like death and taxes.
Yes.
Bra bands will stretch. But as they stretch, they go like this. They go doop, 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 doop.
Oh, they do. They take a walk.
They take a walk.
They
up
surely
and
do.
back. And the wires head down. The cups get gapey.
And we don't like
The
that.
first thing that happens is the strap falls
Oh, I hate that.
off. Okay.
What
so,
a pain.
So what do women do in this situation?
Suffer?
Well, suffer. And the next thing they do is they start hiking up their straps.
Oh,
And I'm going to
yeah.
make you really uncomfortable.
'Kay.
But this is where I'm sorry. Excuse the language. You're going to get fucked by physics.
Yay.
Okay.
Most
Suddenly,
action
if
I've
you
had all
tighten
week.
up all those straps, this is doing this.
Yeah, that's not fun.
And the straps are still falling off.
Yep.
The bra's feeling unbelievably tight.
And we got droopy boobs.
You got droopy boobs. They're falling out everywhere.
They
And,
weren't
and
invited.
this is where what I call the add 3 hormones
Okay.
and a full moon, and you've got rage.
God, yes.
So,
All right.
one of the things is knowing how to adjust a bra, pull it down, tightening the back,
Okay.
resetting everything. And when we're fitting for longevity at Esteem. Okay, we always want to make sure that you're going to get the maximum hundreds of wearings out of your bra.
That sounds good to
that
me.
you possibly can. But when I have women say to me, I spent $200 on a bra, and after a month, I didn't like it. The band stretched.
You have to readjust.
They hiked the straps and they turned it into the medieval torture device.
No, we don't like that.
We don't.
No,
so
we got
that's
away
why
from
we spend
that.
so much time educating on this.
This is so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the things they should have taught us, right?
Right.
Excellent.
All right.
So, we can't put our clothes back on.
Oh, well, if we must.
And this is where your wardrobe in your wardrobe.
Yes.
Okay, world according to Angela. So my Nana, who was a very, very wise woman,
Go, Nana.
she said there's, first of all, 3 things they should have taught us in school.
What are those things?
And that is budgeting,
Yes.
boundary setting,
Very important.
and bra fitting.
Yes, here,
Yes.
here.
And there are 3 things that women should always invest their time, energy, and money in, first and foremost. Beds, bras,
Yes.
and shoes.
I like shoes.
That's where we spend all our time, and that's what can make or wreck our day faster than anything.
Yeah, this is very true.
This is very true, and yet it's usually the last thing. So when I'm getting ready for a night out on the town, it is first and foremost, what underwear is going to make me happy?
Yes.
What color is going to make me happy?
This is important too.
And if you're sticking yourself to nude, white, and black because generations of women before you told you that's what you needed, come up and enjoy the color of Esteem Lingerie in the West Side.
This is the one that I had on with the white t-shirt, is it not? Okay, y'all, you can't even see this. Like, no joke. No joke. It is like bright damn red. You cannot see it under a white t-shirt.
Exactly.
It was so cool.
Exactly. And you know what? As I say to women, if somebody has to be this close to
buy
see
me dinner,
what's going
baby.
on with your boobies, kiss them or slap them.
Fair enough.
But don't put up with it.
I need that on a bumper sticker.
I know, me too, right? But you know what? We have breasts. We wear bras. We need to celebrate this. We need to celebrate women. And if this is a news flash for you, namaste. Welcome to the planet.
Thank you for the welcome. I haven't
Exactly.
been here long.
So
It's wonderful.
So hey, if you want more information.
How do we connect with you?
Okay, so Esteem Lingerie is in West Kelowna.
Yes.
You take Highway 97 as if you're heading to Penticton. We're on the corner of Highway 97 South and Elliott Road.
Brilliant.
Lord Co. Wings, you can't miss us.
All right, you guys got this?
But also our Esteem Lingerie YouTube channel. It's if you're a little shy, you want a little more information, I have literally bared it all. And there's videos on there. It's all education based. And it's on fitting, augmentation, reduction, any question you could have about bra fitting, bras, or dealing with breasts, we answer them on the YouTube channel.
That's awesome. See, you can tell that this means so much more to you than just running your day-to-day business, right? Like, you care about ladies. You want to share this. You want to help us out, and I appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you too.
It has been so wonderful having you on the show today. I'm going to give you a big hug, okay?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
You are adorable.
And this is the favorite part of fitting for me.
Yay! Make me so happy, girl.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. All right, that was absolutely fabulous. Body confidence, real talk, and bras that actually fit. Iconic. Thank you again to Angela O'Brien for that powerful and practical conversation. And now we're going from uplifting support to community spotlight. See what I did there? Oh yeah. I know you
do.
saw that.
I know the type of support you need, and I've got it for you.
Oh, you got me, boo.
Yeah, always, babe, I've got
Fabulous.
you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Mwah.
Mwah. Now, our next segment highlights some of the amazing contributors and creators who help make local television happening right here in Kelowna. Sterling's been out and about chatting with the folks behind Rogers TV community programs, and we've got a fun little peek into the heart of where storytelling meets local impact.
Sup After Darkers, I'm Sterling LUXX, and this is Rogers TV, our new home of Kelowna After Dark. We're going to be making this amazing show, but today we got invited down to see what's up about the people who also make local content. We're going to go interview some of them, see what's going on, and let's do that do. I'm now here with Manfred, and he's got a 20-year plaque, even though he's been doing this for like 31 years. How did you get this? Tell us all about it.
Well, that's a wonderful story. Very in brief, 1993 had just come out of northern Alberta and living in the Blue Jay subdivision. My wife is cooking a meal, I'm watching the television, and there in front of me is this man with a cowboy hat and a silvery beard, and he's talking about music. Come to the concert, come to the show, come get your tickets, blah, 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 blah. And I finally waited long enough to find out beard, cowboy hat, perfect teeth, rock and roll, come to the show. And then there was Buddy Knox. I said, what? That's one of my heroes. Boom! I was at the concert, and it became Manfred Changeover. And I had gone down to the Shaw studio and talked to the people in Vernon. What can I do to be involved in your community programming? And Rennie said to me, what would you like to do? I said, well, I can play the guitar and I can do a program on how to teach the guitar. This was before the YouTube.
Yeah, that was a big deal. That was like the only platforms that you could really be on is local television. That was anything that was in reach.
You should have seen me. I've got 20 years of VHS. And here is the twit sitting there with his guitar and a pencil and a yardstick and an easel with his charts on how to play a G7 demented 14th flat 9th 5th chord, and talking to nobody there except her, him, camera people, yakking away a mile a minute, nobody to talk to. But the following week, I brought a statue, a Greek statue. I put him over there, I put headphones on him, and I started talking to him. I needed a guest.
That's a great idea. I really like that.
He didn't talk much back, but he listened to what I had to say. 3 weeks later, I had a live guest, a female blues guitar player, Renette Maki, now in Vancouver. She was my first guest, and then things changed, and Shaw changed and altered, and I stuck with them, and I came to Kelowna to try and do some things then and there. It worked out for a while, and then things changed again in the dynamics of the family, of the business, of the wonderful people that were Shaw. At that time, it was time for me to go to India. So I went to India, to Benares, which is one of the oldest cities in the world, and out there, over there is where they're burning all the dead, and I'm out in the boat with some other important people. I was important on that trip. And off in the distance, on the Ghats, along the hillside, I had a shock.
A shock?
A shock.
What do you mean by a shock?
Right. A mile away, there was a building with a big hand-drawn portrait of Bob Marley. In the middle of India, I said to my wife, I said, that's Bob Marley on the building. And then it came to me.
Okay.
If he can do that, if Bob Marley can say hello to a whole entire world from that place in India, which is the oldest city in the world, one of the oldest cities in the world, if he can do that, I can go back to Shaw and reinstate myself. But by then it was turning into Rogers. I made a phone call after I came back from my second trip to India, and I said to the people in Rogers, it's me, Manfred. Can I please come back and continue the shows? And you know what they said?
What's that?
Meet you at the A&W tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. True story. True story.
Solid win.
Two Rogers people came. I signed some more papers, and as they say in the West, I'm back in the saddle.
And what is it that got you into vlogging, and specifically travel vlogging?
That's a great question. Back during the COVID era, the dark days of that time, we just would love to get out and explore, and we started filming our adventures, and then we're sitting on all this great footage, even drone shots, and then you ask yourself, well, what
do you do with it?
What do you do with this?
Yeah.
So that's where we began video editing, and it consumed a lot of our time.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get out there and really feature some of the adventures and share that with our friends and family. And that's where it started.
That's cool. Who's the hardcore editor here? Who gets to stay up till 2 a.m. getting stuff done?
Okay, so Tom does most of the editing, but I help him with the music and a little bit of putting the pieces together.
I like that. I have the same dynamic with my partner. Yeah. What is the best place that you've been able to vlog locally? Like, if there's a place that you went through locally that you made a show about, where are you going to tell people to go?
Yeah, we'd have to say is the Boundary Country. It's an extension of the Okanagan, even though we're from here. We've made many trips out to the Grand Forks area, and it's a fascinating area, places like Greenwood or the forgotten city Phoenix, as in British Columbia. But there's a lot of history that relates to mining, smeltering, outlaws, bandits, everything. It was a lot of it was a melding pot of Americans and Canadians all in this boundary area. It's a beautiful country, a lot of history, and we found that a lot of viewers just love those videos.
I'm here with Dominic Ramponi, and he's going to tell us some awesome stuff about what he does with Rogers TV. Dominic, telling me a little bit about yourself and what kind of legend aspects you bring around Rogers Television.
Well, I think I really am proud to be part of a historical family or pioneer family, because we've been here since from Italy to Kelowna in 1893, and went through mutual friends. Kenny, a local producer in Kelowna here, approached me about doing a segment on farming when BC Tree Fruits Packing House went under, and that was really interesting to bring the forefront that sort of historical background of BC Tree Fruits. In August, the Okanagan Valley, particularly Kelowna, it's the latest place in the world that you can buy sweet cherries in the planet. A lot of the real big cherries go to Taiwan, and they get picked in the morning and shipped out that night to Vancouver, and they're on a plane to Taiwan. When we pick the cherries, they're picked by hand, and then they're hydro-cooled right away. Then they go under a computer screen, and the computer screen takes 8 pictures of every cherry inside and out at a speed of 36,000 pounds an hour.
Wow! That's a lot of data just built up just from pictures of cherries.
Cold water that the cherries go under, and then they go under the computer screen, and then a poof of air tells it which box to go in based on the parameters that are put in the computer. But then when they go in the box, it's a white bag that's like this inside the box, and that is a modified atmospheric pressure bag. So when the cherries are stored 2 degrees above freezing, it emulates the atmospheric pressure that the cherry's still on the tree, and that's why they can last for a long time. There's 30,000 temporary farm workers from Mexico in the Okanagan in the summertime. That's what it takes to pick all the fruit. 60 or 70% of all the cherries in the world started in Summerland.
And that's a wrap, Kelowna. That was your backstage pass to the wonderful world of community television and Rogers TV. Back to you, Silver, in the studio, planning your world domination with glitter bombs and all those lovely hugs and kittens.
Yes, I love it. Big thanks to our friends at Rogers for lifting the curtain on the incredible people behind the scenes. It's one thing to watch TV, it's another to realize there's a whole community making this magic happen. I mean, it's pretty incredible. We've still got some serious creativity on the way, so don't even think about going anywhere. Take a breath, stretch it out, vibe with the music, because the next part of the show is gonna blow your minds. Stay with us, After Darkers. We'll be right back.
Hey After Darkers, I'm Sterling LUXX.
And I'm Silver LUXX.
We're the team behind Kelowna After Dark, the late night talk show that celebrates our city's creatives, entrepreneurs, and nightlife.
Every week, we showcase local talent on Rogers TV with big heart and bold style. And every part of it, from the directing, the producing, to the hosting, we do ourselves.
Yeah, we do. We build this show because Kelowna deserves it, and because every creative here deserves to be seen.
But it only works if local businesses and community champions help keep it going. That's why we created our Creative Loop sponsorship, a partnership model that gives sponsors real value, real content, and a real connection to our audience.
And because every sponsor also gets a guest spot on the show, we're really intentional about who it is that we want to work with.
We choose businesses that align with our core themes: local, creative, community-minded, and connect to Kelowna's culture, nightlife, or entrepreneurial spirit. That way, the stories we tell always feel authentic, and the show stays rooted in what makes this city so vibrant. It's not just exposure, it's a full circle support system. When you become a sponsor, you get to be a guest on the show. We film a full interview segment where you share your story, your business, and your voice with our community.
That episode airs on Rogers TV and may return seasonally, giving you an extended visibility with no extra cost.
We also create 1 to 2 brand story videos tailored to your brand, professional cinematic pieces that you can use online, on socials, or even in store.
And we run those videos as commercial spots inside our Kelowna After Dark episodes.
Even better, when you renew your 6-month sponsorship term, we create fresh content again, new visuals, new stories, and a new reason for people to keep paying attention. We also capture all the behind the scenes of your journey too. From your shoot day, your on-air moment, we post reels, sneak peeks, tags, and teasers, and you get all of it too.
It's a collaborative loop of content. The more we create together, the more our audience connects with you.
This model is working, and it's helping us spotlight the people shaping Kelowna's cultural identity in a way that's never been done before. When you sponsor Kelowna After Dark, you're not just writing a check, you're investing in local media, local art, and the stories that bring our city to life.
It's the kind of visibility that makes you feel good, that builds legacy, that makes you part of something that matters.
We know you care about this city. We do too. And if you want to do marketing differently, with impact, creativity, and genuine value, then let's connect.
We'll send you the full sponsorship package, breaks everything down, and makes it easy.
This is what we do, and what we enjoy doing. We shine a light on what's great about Kelowna. Let us shine a light on you too. Welcome to Kelowna After Dark, the best place to be once the sun goes down.
Kelowna isn't just a destination, it's an experience. A city built around innovation, artistry, and luxury.
A place where cultures blend, creativity thrives, and adventures everywhere.
Hey, I'm Silver.
And I'm Sterling, and together we're going to uncover the unique rhythm of Kelowna with Okanagan LUXX. Kelowna isn't your typical tourist spot. It's where luxury meets creativity, where innovation blends with natural beauty, where every experience feels curated just for you.
From world-class wineries and handcrafted goods from local markets, public vibrant art, and cultural experiences, Kelowna has something unique at every turn. Whether you're a visitor or a local rediscovering your own backyard.
But the true heartbeat of Kelowna? The people. The artists, chefs, entrepreneurs, and visionaries who create experiences you won't find anywhere else.
We're diving deep into the culture, the flavors, the creativity, and the innovation that makes Kelowna more than just a place. It's a way of life.
This is the Okanagan like you've never seen it before.
This is Okanagan LUXX.
Okanagan LUXX. Discover the art of experience.
Welcome back to Kelowna After Dark. Okay, I hope you're feeling refreshed because we're about to jump into something cosmic, quirky, and completely one of a kind. Get ready to meet the team behind a comic that's bold, beautiful, and totally binge-worthy. This next trio turned a tough industry shakeup into a full-on creative comeback. When the animation world pulled the rug out, these three found a new way to tell stories, and they did it their way. They're former TV animators, art school grads, and self-proclaimed pop culture nerds who joined forces to create Bo Ero, a whip-smart, vibrant, genre-blending webcomic that's part cosmic fantasy, part relatable coming of age, and all heart. Please welcome back our friend and author, Mathew Senn, plus for their CAD debut, artist Kamryn Grierson and colorist James Pagobo, the powerhouse team behind Bo Ero. Let's welcome everyone to the stage. Let's give a big welcome to this incredible team. Hey, welcome back to the show. It's so good to see you. Have a seat. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Long time no see!
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has,
It's been a minute. I'm so glad that you could come back and join us on the show.
Thanks for having us.
And so glad you guys could come too and talk about a brand new project. This is so exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm really excited because this is something really neat and I think it's super special. So you guys want to dive in?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, well, let's start with what the comic is all about. So give us a quick snapshot of the synopsis.
Yeah, so it's about an angel of love, an aspiring goddess named Ero, who's in charge of this guy's love life. His name is Bo, so Bo and Ero.
I like that.
And she's so much in control that she's written the script, and she films him, and he has no idea.
I love
I
that
love
premise.
this.
That's awesome.
It is so good. Like y'all don't even know.
So
I know when we first found it, she's like, I love this. I feel so akin to it. Oh, this is like me. I'm a producer of a show.
You know, just
Yeah, no,
make
she
me
totally
look-
saw herself in it.
I didn't. You claimed I did. I just loved it. That was fabulous. Well, now we got to know about the origin story. So how did this spark to life here?
yeah, so I mean, for this particular project, I'm the writer, but I am still a visual storyteller. So it started with the image of, you know, the angel and devil on the shoulder.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, take that and then visualize them full size. Imagine them pulling a guy in different directions, telling him what to do and control there. And it sort of went from there of like, hey, what if these angels that were in control of your life were like filming you for TV and you had no idea, you know, like Truman Show kind of thing. And it just went from there, you know?
Yeah, I think that's such a unique perspective. I love the way your brain works.
Yeah, thank you. Me too.
I bet, eh? Does good things for you. I vibe. So you all have background in animation, right? So this project hits a little different. What has it been like transitioning from animating shows to building your own comic from scratch together?
So for me, since I have quite a bit of experience with comics, it wasn't too much of a transition, but I was able to use some of that skill set to transfer over to, this is my biggest comic project. It's not just me working on it anymore. I got a whole beautiful team here. Yeah. So I had to be able to, run the show. And I think we did all right. You guys think so?
I think we did.
I think so. Me personally, I've been drawing ever since I could pick up a pencil. And so I've always been really close to the illustration aspect of things, very into my arts. I went to art school for animation, and I feel like that pipeline's very similar. So it was very similar kind of feel working for you, and it's been really good. It's very much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really got to like be in the animation industry, but like working on things myself, I got to understand emotion and got to see where things went. But like I like the stillness of just working on comics. You really get to experience all like vibrant colors that you can express that you really sometimes can't when you animate.
That's fair. Yeah, and I do really enjoy the color style of Bo Ero. It's really neat.
It's like beautiful. The best of both worlds.
These guys are amazing.
Heck yeah, you guys are the dream team, seriously. Super immersive from every aspect of it. I'm here for it. Like, yeah, super hard. So that you guys mentioned that this wasn't just your script, right? And Kamryn's art, that it was a full bounce back and forth. Can you tell us a little bit more about how your collaboration works?
Yeah, so I initially came up with the idea and I started with a single sketch, which I will admit is horrible. Definitely needs work. You made it beautiful. But I made the decision that if I didn't have the time or skill to work on a project like this, that I needed someone else's input. So I gave it to you. And just at the end of just the first talk with you about pitching it, you had already come up with like a dozen sketches that were beautiful and cute and adorable.
I was all over it.
You were just eating it up and just like all these ideas that we come up with, we go, well, what if this was it? And you just love playing with this world that I've created. And I'm like, well, it's canon now, because guess what? You're part of it.
You really wanted something original, you said to me when you pitched it to me. You're like, I want to do something I haven't seen before. And so there were characters where I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I've maybe seen this before. So like, let's let them look different, And so there's this one character we have in the comic, Hetty. And I remember going back and forth with you over whether she's wearing skirt or pants. I'm like, no, that's a working woman. She needs pants. She needs some plaid pants.
Yeah, I wanted a plaid skirt. You wanted pants. We compromised on plaid pants.
I
think
she's amazing. Running around set. She needs it.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
fair.
gotta be comfortable and effective. Yeah. I love the outfit.
Yeah, plaid is what the color you do it in. It's a working colors.
Yeah, get it on.
Business funky.
So Mathew, you actually hired Kamryn full time now, right? To do this big dream and make it a reality. And how's it been supporting artists in this way?
It's been amazing. It's a dream come true. I've always wanted to kind of make my own studio, and this isn't quite a full studio, but because this project was made for a contest that had a pretty strict deadline on webtoons.com. So in order to get things done, I needed Kamryn on full time. So when I initially pitched it to her, she was working on it. We got the first episode, it was great. And then she started working part-time, and that was the first time she ever missed a deadline.
Oh, snap.
And I was like, okay, I came into a little bit of money. I could do the sensible thing and put that away and let it grow and invest. Or could take a risk, could do crazy.
I know where this is going.
Right? And so I used that money to hire Kamryn full-time. So I wanted her full attention because I knew we had something good and had something great. So in order to realize its full potential, I needed you on full-time.
Yeah, you really saved my back because housekeeping is not for the weak, okay?
Hear, hear.
So it was really good to be able to be at home with my mom and be there when my parents need me. Just because I went home to help out my family and stuff. So it was really good opportunity to have some freelance kind of set my own hours work. So I could be there when I need to be there and also work on like one of my dream things,
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is incredible, honestly. I'm super excited to share it with the public. It's pretty amazing. So James, let's bring you in. Your coloring style adds so much to the atmosphere and the energy on the pages. How did you develop your visual approach?
Well, first of all, since most of the art came from her, I wanted to incorporate as much as I could, and I wanted to add a little bit of how I colored things. So I blended those, as well as I wanted to mix, that early 2000s anime style.
Yes.
It's kind of flat, but it still gives so much character. That's how I really came up with the art style for the.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fabulous.
He really absorbs my brain waves and just does like what I envisioned. I'm like, do it but better, and he does it better than I could.
That's incredible because it is so hard to find like synergy like that where you guys are just communicating and building and creating and just weaving. I think that's really special.
Yeah.
And you can tell in the work too.
Oh yeah, I love just being able to hand them, you know, my initial doodles, and they bring back this glorious, gorgeous artwork. It's like I get to see it for the first time. I'm your first fan.
Yeah, that's
I'm your first
exciting.
fan.
So Bo Ero has like such a cool tone. It's quirky, emotional, and cinematic. What kind of media inspired the vibe? So I've heard Sailor Moon and The Truman Show and even How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Truman Show is the biggest comparison because this guy's being filmed for TV. He's a huge star, has no idea. But I love the show How I Met Your Mother, the main character's quest for love and trying to grow as a person, and just the whole cast and the synergy that they vibe together. And I just love that so much. I really try to channel that energy into the characters and the writing and just the heart of it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely has a lot of heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got great pacing and energy. And like, I'm not one who's generally like drawn to that all the time. But I had to walk away from the computer for a minute because I wasn't writing my scripts. Like, it's good, y'all, like super good. I want to make a live action out of that. So when you guys are like, I want to like, we gotta film or something.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk.
But very, very cool.
Yeah.
Art can often be a reflection of the artist. Are there any characters or elements in Bo and Ero that you feel a strong connection with?
I mean, so the main guy, Bo, you know, he's a young guy looking for love, trying to figure out his life. I think, you know, connect with me and a lot of people out there. A lot of people see him and his struggles and out there. But I also really connect with Ero because she is an artist and she's trying to both sell a product and tell a story, and she's the god of this world, you know, appropriately enough, but has to manipulate all these events and characters and break this guy's heart. And I mean, that's what writers and artists do. You have to create drama.
Our little psychopath.
Our little psychopath.
Oh, I like that.
You know, it's not fiction that she's playing with, it's real life. So, you know, I think
full stakes, huh?
I think we really connect with that, eh?
Yeah, and just Hetty as well. She's like this nervous kind of like go-getter, and she's just like kind of all over the place, and she's trying her best, and I really relate to that a lot. Even like the designs, I went with magical girl stuff for that, and I just like put all my heart in that because I really relate to that kind of innocence and inner emotional strength that those characters exude, and I try and put that into their designs and the art and try and get Mathew to do it too.
I think that's great, and I like her as a character too. I think that she adds a fun, really relatable element in there too.
Yeah, we love Hetty. She's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She could do no wrong.
Love that. What's your favorite part of the creative process? So the storyboarding, writing, illustrating, coloring, like do you each have a favorite stage?
Yeah, I mean, I love when it goes into the layouts or the storyboarding because that's when I get to see it visually from script to image. That's the first time I get to really see it. I'm like, yeah, this is working. But I also really love when the final colored images come in because I get to see this beautiful art. It's transforming. Again, I'm the first fan there, so that's my favorite part. You know,
that's awesome.
I really like the line art and stuff. You know, I like all aspects of it, but I've been really enjoying just sitting down, putting on like some YouTube, putting my headphones in, and just like lining and just revising everything. And I do love the coloring, but sometimes I get in over my head, so then I pass it to this guy to help rescue me.
That's awesome.
You know, since I'm the colorist now, I enjoy what I do.
Well, that's good.
I'd hope so.
Oh, cool.
Better.
But, you know, just pop some lo-fi and just really just try to immerse myself into the world while I draw. So it gives me a lot more inspiration when I just, you know, I'm in my own world, and it's a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah,
Very colorful
you guys
world.
are so passionate when you're talking about this. Like, it's super infectious.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how has the Webtoon community responded so far, and what is it like putting your work out there in that kind of level?
It's been pretty good so far. We've gotten good reception, a lot of comments, a lot of people love reading it and seeing it. Obviously, my first comic, Poppy, huge.
Yeah.
I'm able to kind of like direct them to Bo and Ero, so it's got a good following. Of course, you know, numbers aren't everything, but it's always so nice to see the comments and just people liking and even in real life seeing what they think of it. And it's so cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, for you guys, it's kind of the first time putting out a comic like this and getting that sort of response.
Yeah, I mean, I have a bit of a following on Instagram, but nothing major. So like, I've never had this much attention before, and I'm just thriving. There was these two accounts kind of in the community who collaborated, Pantheon Talks and Webtoon Wave, and they did a read-through of our comic, and it was so cool seeing them react and make voices and everything, and it was just amazing.
Oh, that sounds like
It
so
was
much
it
fun.
was so fun to see it just like came to life.
I mean, like I had a TikTok account, had a lot of views from there, but it was mostly just making relatable content and stuff, not really related to art. So when I actually had the opportunity, it was just like, holy crap, my art's actually there for people to see, and it's something I've never felt before, and it's really exciting, but also really nerve-wracking sometimes.
Yeah, the best things in life, though, they come with a little bit of scary, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we have Mathew here, like mother ducklings.
I feel that vibe. You take
Guiding
good
them
care of the
through.
kiddos.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that we definitely need to take a look at some of what's going on here. What do you guys think? Yeah, is it go time?
Yeah.
That is awesome. Right on.
I love the artwork, the art style. It is so just pleasant to look at.
It really came together.
It's so neat. Yeah, everything jives so well. I love it. Well, Mathew and Kamryn and James, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing this with us. I am really excited about it. And Bo Ero is so fun and inventive. It's stunning. And you guys have really proven what creativity coming together and supporting each other like can create. So here, like
Thank you
round
so
of
much.
applause. Absolutely.
Good job, Matthew. You hit it
Round of
again.
applause for you
Another
guys.
nice success.
Yep, yeah, you guys are killing it, absolutely. I want to thank you one more time, and let's give everyone to give a round of applause for the dream team. You guys are incredible. Yeah, we're gonna win it. Thank you so much for coming on. We're gonna shake hands. Thank you so much. It was wonderful to meet you guys, and hope to have you on again soon. Awesome, thank you so much. All right, y'all, we're keeping this train rolling, but we're switching tracks for a sec and diving into something that might just light a fire under your creative butt. Because let's be real, how many of us still wait until everything's perfect before we actually start something? The right time, the right gear, the right mood, the right haircut, whatever the excuse, we've all been there. But the truth is, you don't need permission. You don't need a 12-step plan. You don't need a cosmic sign from the universe. What you need is to just start. And nobody says it better than this guy here. He's been running the show from behind the scenes tonight. Tech, sound, visuals, vibes. But now he's swapping roles and taking the spotlight to share something from the heart. Please give it up for my creative partner, the other half of this wild ride, Sterling LUXX with the Creative Edge.
You know what the hardest part of anything is starting. I'm going to do it next week, next month. I'm gonna have a New Year's resolution. No, just start now. It is so much easier, and you'll thank yourself later. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is right now, right? So don't ever wait for the perfect time to start. It'll never come. Life will be too busy. Your kids will have diarrhea. They'll have soccer practice. Your wife will yell at you. It doesn't really matter. Those are basically just excuses. If there's something that you want to do, go do it. Start right now, please, start. In fact, turn this off and go start that right now. I beg you. Next slide, please. The paralysis of perfection. Don't wait. It'll never be perfect. You just gotta start. You gotta start right now. Next slide, please. Document, don't create. One of the hardest things to do on a regular basis is to think of the good idea that can possibly hit home. You don't know what could be good or what could be bad. The market decides, and you will never know until you post it. And the best place to actually test if the market has decided if you're any good is TikTok. And that's because of how their algorithm works. It's not off of who follows who, it's off of relevancy. And that is basically what every platform is changing their algorithm to, because it keeps you there. It keeps you on for hours just scrolling, is the relevancy of your thoughts, your wants, your desires, and what that little program thinks is going to be good for you to keep you on that platform, to keep you scrolling, and for them to make a heck of a lot of money. Next slide, please. Don't create. Just document your entire life. Document. Like, this is exactly what her and I do, is we will take little snippets of what we're doing, and those are some of the best performing posts that you'll ever have. And the reason why it's the best performing post is because it's authentic. It's authentic. Everything about this is authentic. If you're not authentic to yourself, they will know. They will sniff you out and they will not follow you. They understand what authenticity is, and that is what humans in general crave. They don't want fake. Next slide, please. Start small, start now, use what you have to begin. Cell phones, they're so powerful. Look, yes, you can buy a $3,000 cell phone from Apple or Samsung or whoever, but you don't need that. You really don't. It truly is about the authenticity of what it is that you're saying. And anything fancy is not going to do you any good. There's been lots of movies and movies coming out that have been shot completely on cell phone or completely on a piece of technology that is 60 years old because they thought it would have been cool. Even though it's completely outdated and they could have done all that in post, it's not the same. It's not. So it doesn't matter how good the quality of the picture is, as long as the information is entertaining and of good quality itself. Next slide, please. The journey begins now. Take the first step, start today. Your future will absolutely thank you. I started social mediaing probably around 12 years ago. I made over 600 YouTube videos, hundreds of TikTok videos. Like, it doesn't matter if you think that the piece is any good, the market will decide. You don't have to be great or even good to start. You just have to be able to have the courage to start. That's it. Take your cell phone out, do a little face cam. It doesn't take a whole lot. You don't need a crew, you don't need anything fancy. It's nice to have, but it won't actually make your content any better that people want to watch it. Next slide, please. Consistency over perfection. I keep preaching this. Consistency is absolutely key in everything that you do. Whether it's a follow-up with your clients, whether it is talking to your audience online through the comments, going to other people's comments to be able to get people to follow you because you're interesting and someone wants to know what you're about because you're actually leaving good information and authenticity and something that people want to know about. They will follow you back. It's the consistency that'll keep you going. Fortune has always been in the follow-up. Next slide, please. Embrace the journey. Don't hate yourself for bad video, for bad performing video. It really doesn't matter. These algorithms, specifically TikTok, doesn't matter how bad the last video does. It does on YouTube. It does on YouTube, but it does not matter on TikTok. And that is the best place to experiment with a lot of your content to see how well it'll actually do. Take the good performing pieces of content from there and then post them on every other platform and maybe even add a little dollars behind it. Maybe those little videos will actually get you some clients, some money. You may as well put some fuel on the fire, burn it hot, and then go hard. So enjoy the entire process. Don't hate yourself. Just from 1 day to 1 year, measure that. It's amazing that people will overestimate what they can do in a day, a week, and a month. And then they'll honestly fall short of that and just kind of be lazy. But in a year, people will always underestimate how much progress that they can make in an entire year. It's 365 days that you can wake up in the morning, be happy, do something you like and love and enjoy, and go to bed just sleeping like a baby. All right, that concludes this version of The Creative Edge. Thank you and good night.
Yes, let's hear it for Sterling, everyone. I swear, every time he gets going on one of these Creative Edge segments, it just makes you want to stop overthinking and actually try the thing you've been putting off.
Well, it's not that hard, guys. Just do it.
Thank you, Nike.
Just do it.
Yes, just do it.
No, fucking do it.
Do it.
What star was that? Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, yeah.
Just do it.
Well, whether it's launching a side project or finally starting that messy closet clean, just starting is half the battle, right? All right, After Darkers, don't go anywhere. We're rolling into our next segment in just a moment, and it's gonna blow your mind, like literally. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Hey, first off, thank you for giving me a second of your time, so I'll get straight to it. I'm Sterling, CEO of Sterling Silver Luxury Media, and this is
Silver, CFO and executive producer of Kelowna After Dark. We're here to help businesses tell their story in a way that grabs attention, connects with people, and drives real results.
Here's the thing, 20% of businesses go out of business in their first year. By year 3, 40% of them are gone. By year 5, half of them are gone. Why? Because most businesses miss the mark on who their customers are. They're not connecting. They're not telling stories in the way that people truly care about.
That's where we come in. I'll ask you this. How many times a day do you stop scrolling to watch a video? Now think about your customers. They're doing the same thing. Video just isn't important right now. It's everything. If your content isn't engaging, authentic, and built for where people's attention is, you're leaving money on the table. At SS LUXX Media, we don't just create content, we create an experience. We craft stories that people want to consume. Because marketing isn't about shouting louder, it's about caring, about respecting people's time and giving them something they'll actually enjoy, and making them feel seen.
We're not just some kind of run-of-the-mill production company. We've worked with brands across food production, realty, life coaches, and TV production, creating videos that don't just look good, they perform. We've helped businesses grow their engagement, attract more customers, and build brand loyalty by focusing on what actually matters. Here's what we do best. Storytelling that resonates. People don't buy products, they buy emotions, trust, and relatability. We craft stories that hit home. Content that works everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, websites, you name it. We know how to create content that stops people in their tracks. Details that matter. We obsess over everything. Camera work, motion, depth of field, lighting, angles, copy, thumbnails, and even the time of day that we post. Every little detail is intentional, and that's
how we help you win. Here's the kicker. The platforms have changed. It's no longer about how big your following is. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, they're all interest-based. A good story will find its audience. The way you make better advertising? You listen. Spend time in the comments. Understand what your customers want to know. What can you do for them? How can you help? That's the secret. When you approach content this way and back it with strategic tweaks and a little budget boost, the return on investment always comes back.
Listen, I'm not here to tell you what you need. You already know your business better than anyone else. My job is to help you show off that business in a way that connects to your audience, whether it's your customers, employees, or even your investors. Come closer. This isn't about making just another video. This is about making something that your audience can't stop watching.
So let's do it. Let's tell your story, build your brand, and make something amazing together. When's a good time to chat? Whether it's over Zoom, email, or even DMs, we're ready to help you make moves.
Thanks for your time. Let's crush it.
Together.
The characteristics of goat milk. Goat milk in itself is an extremely nutritious superfood. By leaving goat milk for pets raw, the perfect balance of macro and micronutrients are fully kept intact. Goat milk doesn't contain the bovine protein beta-lactoglobulin, which is a major contributor to dairy intolerance. All our frozen pet products are fermented and therefore lactose-free. Lactose is another contributor to dairy intolerance. Fermentation with selected bacteria like kefir and yogurt adds billions of probiotics to the goat milk. Fermentation makes the product acidic. Our stomach, and in particular dog and cat stomachs, already have a very acidic environment. The acidity also makes the product very stable. After thawing, it will last for several weeks in the fridge. We recommend to use it up within 2 weeks because after that the probiotics will start to decline.
Welcome back, After Darkers. I hope you're feeling refreshed because we're about to turn up the heat. I mean, literally. This next guest brings the fire in more ways than one. All right, After Darkers, prepare to be mesmerized. Our next guest doesn't just create art, he captures the cosmos in molten glass. He's the mastermind behind Hidden Village Creations, crafting everything from intricate marbles to functional art pieces that are as durable as they are beautiful. His work has even graced the set of our films, James Almighty 2, Gone with the Mighty, adding an authentic touch to our scenes with his custom glass props. I mean, seriously, out of this world. Can't wait to show everyone. Please help me with welcoming the alchemist of glass, the one and only Mike Astral Walker Moore. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Have a seat. Let's hang out.
Yeah. How's it going?
It goes. How is your day going?
Fantastic.
That's great to hear. You got no sleep last night, did you?
No, I was in the studio till 6 in the morning this morning. Got home at about 7, took like 2 hours sleep, and I'm here, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming to hang out.
Right.
I think she laid in bed and sort of closed her eyes.
Yeah, same.
You know, just a little rest.
Yes, right.
Good.
Meditation.
Absolutely.
Get ready.
Yeah, you can
Right?
call it that. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Planning my outfits for today.
Right, yeah, me too.
Super important.
It goes with the beard, I can tell.
Yeah, you're gonna got the pendant
Hey
on,
man,
it works.
Absolutely.
it does have a vibe.
Thanks,
I'm here
I
for
appreciate
it. All right, you ready to dive in with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Let's
let's
talk.
do this. You've been glass blowing for over a decade, right?
Yeah, 12 years.
That's incredible. What drew you to this incredible art form?
So I was working in a head shop and we featured artist-made glass, and I really liked that glass and I was good at selling it. So I was like, I'm not making a lot of money in this head shop, so maybe I can make the glass and sell it and make more money. And so that was like initially my initial inspiration and motivation for it was just the income. But I learned a passion through it. I tried some lessons. I made some little simple beads, a 3-hour course. Made 8 beads during that course. Turned into a 12-year career.
That's wild.
Right. So I went and I paid my life savings to a guy in Calgary, and I spent the entire winter driving from Edmonton to Calgary 3 days a week for the entire winter that year to learn the glass blowing and to take that apprenticeship through this guy. His name is Barracuda Glass. Wonderful fella. Incredible work. One of Canada's premier best workers. So it was a really incredible opportunity to be able to learn from somebody like that and to spend so much time in his studio learning. It kickstarted me up into this career and gave me the tools and the information that I needed to actually take this into a career versus a hobby.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you are putting that kind of dedication in, how do you not kick ass, right?
Hours equal powers.
Here, here.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
all it is about.
I like that. We should put that on something.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a Jason Lee quote.
Okay.
Jason Lee is a glass blower. He's one of the original people in my industry, the original pipe makers of North America.
Really?
The movement started about 25 years ago, and Jason Lee was there at the start. So he's an innovator of techniques in my industry. He was an educator, and that's one of his premier quotes. That's our mantra, hours equal powers. Anytime somebody's feeling kind of bad about what they do or they're not feeling the progress, you just tell them that, they feel all right.
It makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
I love it. I'm here for it. So your pieces often incorporate gold and silver flakes, creating this really neat cosmic effect. So how did you work that in? What's the process there?
Right. So glass or metal fuming is a technique that was developed back in that day that I'm talking about with Jason Lee. It was developed by a fella named Bob Snodgrass by accident. He had some metal on his bench and he touched his molten glass to it and it picked up the metal and it looked to him like he messed up, but it was a commission for somebody, so he still had to give that person the product. As they used it, they noticed it was changing color. That's how color changing glass came about. It was an accidental discovery by this guy who accidentally got some metal in his glass. And so I took that information and that basis and I started what happens if I put an actual piece of metal into the glass instead of just vaporizing the metal onto the glass, right? And that's where the galaxy glass comes in. You mix silver or you mix gold in with that glass and you get all the stars and the bright color and all that.
Beautiful. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things that you make, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Mine too.
I spend some time on your website, dude. You
Word.
got beautiful stuff.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Yeah.
It's great. And coming in your shop, too, is just rad as hell.
Word, right?
Yes. Love it. So you mentioned that you pan for gold locally in the Okanagan. How does that affect your creations?
So actually, that's one of the best things about what I do here in Kelowna. So I vend my product at a lot of local markets, a lot of local crafters markets. And once a week or once every couple of weeks, I go out to Mission Creek here in Kelowna and I do some casual gold panning. I'll spend a nice day out on the creek with my shovel, a bucket and pan, and I just collect some gold.
Right on.
And I'll take that gold, I'll put it into my glass here, and that's the glass I specifically sell at the local markets. And I tell folks, this is made with gold that I found in Mission Creek. That's what makes the color, that's what makes the designs. Folks love that, of course, right?
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you? Right?
Yeah.
So and most people don't even know you can find gold here in town.
I didn't.
And you're allowed to. There's no
wild.
rules against it as long as your boots are in the water. You're okay.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I mean, that seriously creates something so unique and so special and so close to home, right? Like, how do you not connect with it?
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
it.
You're a rock star.
Thanks.
Your workshop in Rutland is filled with like incredible vibrant pieces and personal touches everywhere. How does your environment influence your work?
It's a chaotic mess. Yeah,
That's the
like typical creatives. I would say most of my influence for my work actually comes from like my break times, like when I'm scrolling Instagram and things like that. Like, you turn on your news feed or whatever, and you've got 200 sources of inspiration just from your quick scroll, right? So that's where most of my inspiration comes from, and it's kind of a passive thing. I'll see something, I won't necessarily remember I saw that, but I try it out later. I'm like, yo, that's cool.
Right on.
Right. So that's how I kind of developed that. I have my personal touches. Like I've got my sticker wall in front of me that has all my special stickers and things like that. My wife's picture's right up in the front, in the middle.
important.
I love that. She it's a Polaroid she took for me 10 years ago.
Aw,
So
that's
yeah,
special.
that's been on my wall for 10 years.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome. That's so adorable. That's
yeah,
something I would
thanks.
totally
Yeah,
do.
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like it. It's that motivation. And, I get to look at that anytime I'm feeling kind of like meh, or like if the glass isn't working out, or like you could be working on something for 3 days and the last move you're making, the whole thing breaks, and there goes $300, all your work, and I look at that picture, I feel better.
That is awesome. That is so special. Oh, I got, like, all
Look
the
at you, you
feels.
soft bastard, you. Oh, you're so adorable, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're a little scruffy puppy.
God, I've done this.
Got me all blushing and hot around the collar over here.
Yeah, don't worry, I get it.
I'm just gonna let you
I
two
do
chat.
that
I'm out. I'm just gonna watch. It's great.
Yeah, I saw you guys being all romantic. That was cute.
I don't know. I wasn't doing it.
I heard the lasagna
I'm
was
blushing.
good.
Oh yeah, those. Yeah, okay. I'm red. Okay, I'm colored. I'm having a damn moment, and the lasagna was freaking
Lasagna
fabulous.
was good.
Second time around, it was good. It was great. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Focus. You've created a range of items from marbles to functional art pieces. What is your favorite piece to create right now?
Oh, I love my gold encasement marbles. So like I've innovated a technique, and as far as anybody can tell, I'm one of the only people in the world who do this with
Right
gold. And I take large amounts of gold, 1 gram or more, and I encase it into the glass as an individual piece, and it creates a star inside the marble. Like it resembles a big star glowing in space, right? And I sell them as like an investment, as a nest egg. Right?
That's smart.
People buy it when like you buy a new home, or you're moving in, somebody wants to buy you a housewarming gift. They buy you this marble. The marble goes up in value as gold goes up in value because the gold inside is 100% recoverable. So,
That's cool.
if the gold ever gets to a value where it's worth more to you than the marble is, you could break that marble in case of emergency or whatever.
Yeah.
And now you have a pearl of gold that you can then take and sell and turn into real money that you can use for whatever you want, right? So it's kind of an interesting way that I'm combining art with investments. Because like art's already classified as an asset, but now I'm tethering it to a legitimate global asset with a trackable value.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps the glass valuable for people.
I think that's so neat.
And who's going into your house to steal a marble? They're taking the laptop, they're taking
That's
the stereo,
fair.
Yeah. You can keep your precious metals stacked in a way that looks nice. You don't have to keep them hidden in a box where nobody ever gets to appreciate it.
That's
you know,
fair.
and you actually get to appreciate the things that you work hard for. And that's my motivation for that. I just love it.
I do too. I vibe with it. I like how you take things that don't necessarily go automatically together and create something incredible with it.
Well, and that's the thing is this is what I do is something that like I've always been told is impossible.
We don't like that.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Somebody tells you it's impossible, it's like I get more motivation to do it. I want to prove you wrong now.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna do it.
Hell
And I'm gonna
yeah.
show you. And like somebody told me that it was impossible 6 years ago, and 6 years
Look at
later,
you
I'm
now.
the only one in the world making these nest egg marbles.
That
right?
is awesome.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm
never
pretty proud of
lose
it.
that. The world needs more of that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I
no,
appreciate
thank
it.
you. Keep bringing the vibes, man. I'm here
All
for it. You have mentioned that glass is your immortality. Can you elaborate on what that means to you?
Yeah, so the type of glass that I use is called borosilicate glass. It's a very resilient and long-lasting glass. The only thing that really breaks it down is mechanical action. So like if you physically shatter it, it'll break down, but it's still borosilicate glass. Okay. So with these marbles, there's like a primary factor where you could put the marble into a safe, for example, and bury that safe under a mountain and then just leave it for a million years or whatever. That a mountain will erode away, the safe will erode away, but that marble will still be there. That's what I mean by my immortality. I'm creating things that could reasonably and realistically be artifacts in the future. Somebody could be digging up old Kelowna town site, find some of my glass in 2,000 years from now and be like, yo, what was going on here?
Legit.
Was this really the size of their brains?
Right, yes, exactly.
No, just this dude.
They didn't have the technology to do this. Like, I love that whole thing. You know, you get all the old, like, they didn't have the technology to cut the stones like this and stuff like that. I feel like I'm going to be one of those people to the future archaeologists. You know, they're going to look at my work and be like, how the hell did this guy do that?
Right.
You know, and that's what I mean by my immortality. I'm creating something that's going to last far, far, far longer than even the memory of me.
That's fair. Okay, so tell me, have you gone out and buried some things around yet?
I bury things, I hide things,
Yes.
I like the whole works. All across BC, all across Alberta, down into the States as far south as Colorado.
Yeah,
I have marbles, I have glass, I have all kinds of things hidden in all sorts of little places that people might or might not find them.
That's cool. I'm like treasure hunt, y'all.
Right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You could, right now in Kelowna, you could find half a dozen pieces of glass of different values.
Yeah.
Just, they're out there right now.
Okay, you guys hear that?
They're out there right now. Go find
for a
them.
walk.
Go find them. If you find that stuff, tag me on Instagram. Show me that you found it. I want to see that picture.
That's awesome. Like, that is so wild, my dude. What advice would you give to anyone aspiring to become a glass artist as well?
Yeah, that hours equal powers.
Yeah.
You know, hit it with determination and commitment. Because if you don't, you're not gonna go anywhere with it. You know, you have to put the work in. You have to put the energy into it. And you can't let yourself get discouraged. Like I said, you could be working on something for 3 days. It breaks. That happens. Embrace the suck.
Yeah.
Embrace the suck. Learn from your mistake because glass does have rules. If it broke, it's because you broke a rule. So figure out which rule you broke and do it better. You know what I mean? And then you grow, you learn, and then you do it better. And that's the progress.
How passionate you are, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Your pieces feel incredibly personal. Do you ever collaborate with clients to create custom work that reflects their energy, their story?
Yeah, absolutely. So I specifically will work with people will give me music to work with. I'll make the things to their music, or like cremations are probably the most personal thing I make. I make cremation memorials. And so pendants, marbles, urns, things like that. That's probably the most personal thing I make. And I allow people to be involved in the process of that. They actually process their loved one's ashes in the way that I need it to be processed so that I don't have to handle their loved one. I don't want that burden. And, you know, it makes me feel a little bit weird with things. So I let people get involved in that, and that's everybody loves that.
Yeah,
you know, they love being able to be involved in that process and, you know, turn their loved one into a everlasting memorial.
Something beautiful, right?
Thanks. Yeah.
I love
the
that.
galaxy. Turn your loved one into the stars. You know,
We gotta do
Fido
that with
passed
my
away, and now he's stars.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but now I just wear a bunch of diamonds.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right?
These are my best friends. Becky's on my right ear, and Kelsey's on my left.
That's right. Yeah,
Right?
you get
People
it.
with you.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah.
Here. What does a typical day look like in the studio for you?
Yeah, so I get in there, I turn on everything, I turn my kiln on, I go into the back, I turn on my 230-liter liquid oxygen tank, I go back into my studio, hook up my propane, and I start working on some warm-up projects to get my hands working, because it's a lot of hand work in front of me. I sit there like this all day, right? So, you know, you gotta have things working smoothly. Once I got my workout, my warm-up projects done, then I move on to my actual work that I have scheduled for that day. I have a variety of wholesale customers and retail customers, custom work and markets that I provide my product for. So there's always something going on my schedule. And I keep a set work schedule, right? So Like 3 days a week I'll do pipes, 2 days a week I'll do marbles, the other I'll do fun projects or custom work.
Yeah.
So that's my typical breakdown. At the end of the day, I turn it all off. I turn my kiln onto a annealing mode, which strengthens the glass while it cools down. And the next day I open that kiln. It's like Christmas morning every day.
That's so cool. Like, what a vibe to live in.
Right?
Where can our audience find your work, or perhaps even come and like watch you work?
Right. So yeah, Mary Jane's headquarters on Highway 33 in Rutland Road. That's where my studio is. I'm located right there beside their shop. I have a big open window. You can come and check it out and look in and watch. You can buy my product at Mary Jane's and Chiba Chibas. You can buy my product on my website, hiddenvillagecreations.com.
Yeah.
And directly through myself, through my Instagram, Facebook, and at local markets here in Kelowna. So I do the Kelowna Farmers Market a lot. Saturdays primarily.
Okay.
And then other crafters markets throughout the holidays. Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
So you're just like super accessible.
Always.
Gotta
Try to
be.
Yep.
That's awesome. Right on. Well, talking about your work is one thing, but I'm sure seeing it is completely another. So let's showcase some of your incredible creativity in action. What do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here I'm just starting to heat up that glass. The gold's being a little bouncy in there, but it will stick to the glass once it gets a little hotter. And now it's hot. I'm gonna just start working it in while keeping the handle up, and it starts sinking the gold inside the glass. So the gold's really dense and the glass is a liquid when it's that hot, right? We turn up the heat and we really get that glass flowing around it, because we don't want the gold to migrate out of the glass. We got a little star glowing in the heat. Now I'm just gonna attach a handle to this backside, and we grab it just like that, and it welds together, and I can start pulling out what's called a shoulder. And the shoulder is that tapered section you see there. And I'm gonna keep that a little colder because it's gonna act as my control point. And I'm gonna start working to take this hollow handle off because we no longer need it. And so I just grab that gooey elastic glass and I just pull it away like that. And get a big old glob of it. Dump that in the water. And so now gold does something really cool called recolescence. Now, if you watch long enough, as this gold cools down, as soon as it gets to its point where it goes from liquid to solid, it'll brightly flash. And it's a photon release. But yeah, there we go. We have a gold encasement. So that's a 0.15 gram of gold inside that glass. Then I take some black glass. Now I can turn this piece into like anything. It could be, from this point, it could be a marble, it can be a pendant, it can be a detailing on something. You know, like really the sky's the limit. It's just a component at this point. And because the black glass is a lot more dense than the clear glass, it's gonna push the clear glass out a lot and it's gonna disc out that gold. So the gold bead was a sphere. Now it's turning into more of a pancake in there. And it's gonna give kind of like a larger star look. The tool that I'm using is a graphite marver. It's basically just, it's made out of graphite carbon, and it allows me to tool the glass without taking too much heat out of the glass and without stressing the glass. And we just let heat and gravity do its job now. It's gonna kind of work all the glass and pull the glass down into a nice even form. Glass does, it likes to have the smallest surface area possible, just like a water droplet. So when you heat it up like this and you get it liquid, it'll pull back and bead up and droplet out the way fluids like to. Once that cools down, it'll be a very black, sparkly background around that gold bead. Right here, I'm just pulling off the excess of the colored glass, and then I'm gonna flatten it up with this graphite tool here. All glass blowing tools have to be made by a glass blower who knows what's going on. All our tools are custom. Now I take a tungsten pick. This is just a sharp tungsten rod. And what I'm gonna do with my pendant style, some guys put like a glass loop on it and they call that done, but me, I poke a little hole in the top, and then I'm actually going to use a specialized bonding agent, and I'm gonna put a sterling silver bail in the top of this pendant, and that'll be what you hang it from the chain. So we just soak some heat there, Because I'm shaky, I'm gonna use my marber to help me. And we just poke our little indent like that. And you see we got that bent there? That's gonna provide the void for the pin. There's a sterling silver pin that'll go down into the glass and the epoxy will hold it there. So now, I just do that. I take my other torch and I heat out that punty scar. It's a scar that's left from the handle that I just broke off. We'll melt that in and we'll have our finished pendant. It has to go in the kiln for the night. It'll cool down and it'll anneal, and that strengthens the glass. It makes the glass all get unstressed. It relaxes it. And then tomorrow it'll be stronger, and that's when I can do the bale epoxy. There we go. So we let that cool down because the glass is still kind of in an elastic fluid state at the moment. Once that's kind of solidified up, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna put it in the kiln, and then we're good.
Yay, oh my God, that was freaking awesome.
Word.
Yes, that was so cool to see. I mean, I love that. I can sit there and watch all day.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really neat to watch.
I've never seen that before.
That blew my mind
obviously,
when you
like
said
I'm there
that.
working, you know, I've got my point of view.
I've not
never
a third parties.
Yeah, and the way that you do, like you do great work. That was incredible.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Wow. I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, word.
I am so jacked that you came on the show today and that we could share this with the audience. This has been a trip. Rad as hell, man.
Well, thank you so much for having me,
Thank
guys.
you.
I appreciate you both. You're fantastic. This is fantastic.
Well, we really enjoy working with you as well.
Cheers.
Yeah, and I can't wait for more projects in the future.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Gonna do it.
Yeah, we are going to do the do. Right on. Well, I'm going to shake your hand, sir.
Awesome.
And thank you again.
Thank you so
and
much.
we will chat soon. Okay, but seriously, what was this episode? We had lingerie lessons, cartoons come to life, and a man who literally bends fire into art. This show needs a genre label, and I'm going to go with emotionally empowering chaos. I think that works. But let me tell you something. I have said it before and I will say it again. Kelowna creatives don't just make stuff, they mean stuff. Every single person on this stage brought heart, hustle, and their own brand of magic. And you know what? So do you. So whether you're creating something or just figuring life out one day at a time, we see you and we're cheering for you. Hey Sterling, you want to help me close this one out?
Yeah, absolutely. Here's some cheering.
Yeah.
If it'll freaking play. There it goes.
There,
A little
awesome,
delayed, apparently.
awesome. Mad respect and love go out to our guests tonight. So whether you're creating something or just figuring life out one day at a time, we see you and we're cheering for you. All right, go love hard, live weird, and don't forget, nobody does summer quite like we do. From all of us here at Kelowna After Dark, stay classy, sassy, and a bit badassy. Good night, Kelowna! Is that a wrap?
Cut.